Welcome to the JAMODI podcast. We are all surrounded by amazing coaches and leaders. So let's get an inside look at not just what they do, but how they do what they do. After all, becoming the best versions of ourselves is JAMODI, just a matter of doing it. The JAMODI podcast is powered by Sideline Interactive. Sideline Interactive is the leading manufacturer for high-quality, innovative scoring tables and LED video display boards that help coaches and schools bring more excitement to fans, create huge fundraising opportunities, and make their jobs easier. Visit sidelineinteractive.com to check out their amazing products.
One of our young guys stopped in, and Coach and I were talking with him and said, hey, just out of curiosity, what do you think one of the main things that we wanted to get through with Boot? What do you think one of the main deals is? And then, he, whatever, getting better can be, whatever. And then we're like, at the end of the day, for you to be whoever you want to be as a husband, if you want to be whoever you want to be as a father, if you want to be whoever you want to be as a person in society that's going to have a real job and have to have real scenarios, like, there's going to be so much uncomfortability in your life that you are not going to understand it. You are not going to understand it.
Yeah.
However, if you have the ability to recognize that and to fight through some things that have been presented to you. And I said, at the end of the day, that's like what we want at the end of boot camp. We want you to feel like you really, really accomplished something. And like, you've really like I did that. Yeah. I was like, there's only like 1% of the people in America that can do what you just did. Not athletes. Any athlete could do it. But
most people never will.
No, but now how do you take that and not say this, man, okay, that one's done. Man, we're good. No. And that's the talk will be this afternoon.
Yeah.
Like them things up there, when you point to them things right there, like everybody's trying to cut down the Mets on March 10th. Like no one cares about what you've done or who you are. And actually, most people think like you ain't got no chance because your one guard went to South Florida and your other guard went to Oklahoma State. Probably been the best mid-major guard combination in America. But what are you going to do? 10% what happens, 9% how he reacts. We did. We went out and got you. You know why? Because you said this is what you wanted. You said you were going to do this. This is what you said. So now all the shine's gone or the mood's gone, as Inky said. So the grind is the grind. And that's the thing. Like people love that word. NF's got a great song about the grind. Like people love all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the last time I saw him in 2021 was at Daly's in front of 4,000 or 5,000 people. I'm going to see him in May downtown at the VyStar Arena in front of 16,000 people.
Yeah.
Because the grind is the grind. Like anything worth having, it's going to like average is nothing. Like average means nothing. Kerry says it all the time. Like normal's a setting on a washing machine. Like there is no normal. Like to be here, and we tell the guys like at the end of the day, like our job is to make you the best version of you we can make you based on what we understand, and you understand. And if we do that, the byproduct is we win. Like that ain't bad. Why do you do this and why we pour into them? And then them dudes become, we call them pro swoopers, right? They we have these balls out there with all these dudes that are, put right, like,
I like
so
that.
now they're like, realizing exactly what they want. Now, some of them don't want, JT didn't want to do it. Trent, 5th best shooter in America, back-to-back years. He didn't want to play. Like, I coach, I'm not into that. But you know what? I'm going to work every day. I'm going to get my shots every day. I'm going to get my body right every day. He did all these things and he never wanted to play. And that goes back to what you were saying about loving it, living it, and liking it. Like he was living it. Like He was living it like, this is what I want to do. I want to be the best shooter in America. And
Coach,
so,
no,
you
go
know,
ahead.
it's just, I just, as coaches, you just pray so hard that these dudes like can continue to just figure it out. And then you start seeing it, right? Like Will came to practice the other day. One of our first guys, his first guy we ever went to see when we got the job, right? There's a leadership book that the class on campus uses, and they asked Carrie and I to write a chapter in it. And one of the chapters is about him.
Oh, wow.
And basically him coming in my office and saying, I want to play more. And me telling him, nah, you're a little late for that. You know, and you might as well, you want to quit, go ahead and quit. You might as well do this, that, and the other. And his high school team, he brought his high school team, and we kind of went through that, right? But like, he was like you, like he was going to like be passionate about what he did and do it, but he wasn't as good as Brian Holmes. He was Brian was better than he was. Mm-hmm. Brian got hurt. And then next thing you know, we're at Maryland, right? We lose by 8. It was an unbelievable game. Gary Williams is cussing these dudes out like it's nobody's business, and I get a technical. Anyways, but anyways, Will goes on to play that year like maybe 17 minutes a game, and then his next 2 years he becomes all-time leader in assists for a short time. But still, he could have quit, mm-hmm. And that's where you're concerned, right? Garrett Sams, who's at Baylor now. Have you met Garrett yet?
No.
Garrett's a GA at Baylor. You'll meet him. He played for us, 1,600-point scorer. Amazing human being. He's a way better person. Long story short, he came in my office. He was the second runner-up to the freshman of the year. The freshman of the year was also on the same team, and they were all part of our last championship team. And that was Wajid Aminu, the kid I told you, 13 years old, I met him, which wasn't a violation. All I did was hurt him. And Garrett comes in the office and says, "Go." He's lived 12 hours away. You know, was homesick all year. That's another great story. Anyways, long story short, he's done. And I said, "Listen, Garrett, like, we love you, man. Like, if you want to leave, like, we get it. Can I help? Can I call some schools? Would you do that? Yeah, of course I would. Like, come on, man. Like, if you don't want to, I don't want you here." So nobody wants him because nobody got scouted. Like Belmont was like, "Man, we missed on him, yada, yada, yada." And again, we beat a Division II to get him. He was just one of them dudes. Shoot the living dog out of it. From deep to tough too. Anyways, 6'7" guard. He's unbelievable. So there was about a month span. We're bringing in recruits. We're having workouts. He's giving the guys drink after the workouts. He tells the kid that took his scholarship, "You got to come here. You got to sign. These guys are the best." All that. Spring break comes in between that month. How you get into the airport? No, I don't know. I got you. The whole way there. Not a single word uttered. Nothing except, what are you going to do? What are you going to see? Where are you going to eat? What are you most excited about? Whatever. It's only like 20 minutes. Comes back, right? In the meanwhile, the great player that I told you about that we should circle back to at some point, but we haven't yet, he played in the G League, which is another story that goes back to that picture. He was playing in the G League. He made it, he was like the sensation of the Summer League that year. He was incredible. I'm sorry, the year before that. He was the sensation of the Summer League that prior summer to Garrett playing. And unfortunately, he was like they lost in a championship game, and Mark Jones was all about him, and because his last name was Beach. His name's Bo Beach. So, I mean, how perfect is that for going to North Florida? Anyways, he plays for the Brooklyn Nets team, and All-Star break, which is like February, which is, right before our finals, he tears his ACL. He goes through all that stuff, whatever. So he's here doing his rehab. While he's doing his rehab, he's running into Garrett. He's seeing Garrett, and they all know each other, obviously, because of our culture.
Yeah.
talking. I'm transferring, whatever. I don't know anything that's going on. All I know is Garrett's leaving. I don't even know him and Bo were talking in the training. I just know he's leaving. It's now finals week. It's the last weekend before finals. And at the end of finals, he's gone. Bo, it's a Sunday. It's a Sunday before finals start on Monday. I'm out in AAU. That's that April AAU recruiting period.
Mm-hmm.
And Bo is coming in to do rehab. He texts Garrett, "Hey, bro, where are you at?" He says, "I'm at the library." He says, "Cool. I'm going to come over and say goodbye because obviously we may not see each other again for a while. I want to say goodbye and yada, yada, yada." So Bo gets done with his treatment, goes over, and he looks at Garrett and he's like, "Man, you look awful, bro. You must have an unbelievable test." He's like, "Nah, not really." He's like, "Man, I'm making a big mistake." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Man, I shouldn't be going. Like, I should be here. Like, these guys, they love me and like, Papa, all that stuff." And Bo's like, "Call coach." He's like, I can't call. He already used a scout. Bro, just call coach. So he calls me. "Hey, G, what's up? Hey, coach, I've been thinking, hey, listen, G, look, I'm literally right in it. I got to stay on this game. Like, this dude, like, we got to have this dude. Like, listen, I'm going to call you as soon as I get out." So I hang up, call him back. "Hey, what's up?" He's like, "Coach, I really think this, that, and here." I said, "Hey, G, listen, let me get home. Tomorrow morning, I'll pick you up. We'll go to Waffle House. We'll get breakfast. Let's talk." So we do. I don't know, 3 hours, let's say we talk. We get done. I said, "Listen, G, we ain't got a scholarship for you. Like, we can't take you. So you're going to have to go. However, if this guy on Tuesday says no, then that might change things. But I'm not calling this kid and telling him the scholarship's done. Like, that I'm not doing. That's not right. Like, we're way too far down the road. We love you, and you're going to make us really special, but we're way too far. That's not fair. That's not fair. Coach, I understand that. I understand. So the kid calls me on Tuesday. Praise God, he picked the other school. Like, it was like this, Matt. Seriously, it was like this. "Hey, I'm not going to say his name. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, coach, I've decided that I'm going to go to." "Hey, that's awesome. Congratulations. Good luck to you." Okay. And like hung up. And I'm like, G, hey, coach, hey. No. And he comes back and leads us to our last championship, scores 1,600 points. But the greatest thing, and maybe it doesn't come to fruition, like, I think he might have met his wife. And if he doesn't come back, I mean, obviously, it's free will. Doesn't mean God, if he don't left, whatever.
Yeah. Well, how big was that conversation that Bo had with him over at the library? I mean, that's a God moment right there, where that didn't have to happen, and obviously it's Bo's decision, but God used that. That's huge.
But it also shows you guys like you, when you're good people and you care about people, some people that aren't like that conversation would have never occurred.
Yeah.
Because they'd have been like, whatever.
Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the JAMODI podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.